Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I last uploaded, so as you could probably guess by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about my Honda CB500X once again and why I want to upgrade it. So for most of you who do follow the channel, it's not many of you I know, but I still appreciate it. You know, I've had the CB500X for 2 years now. I'm coming up to the point where I'm coming to the end of my A2 license. What I mean by that is I'm going to be eligible to move on and take my full bike license, move up to the bigger boys' bikes. And I mean, as you can probably tell from my last video, it's no secret that I absolutely adore my Honda. I think it's a brilliant bike. Over the last 2 years it has served me really well, but there's just something about it that leaves me wanting more. I'm not too sure why, but I've been thinking about it for over the last couple of weeks, months. I can narrow it down to a few reasons. So there's a big world of bikes out there, lots of different styles, lots of different varieties. And for the last 2 years, the CB500 is all I've known. So there is that part of me that, although I love the bike, just makes me think there's other bikes out there that I want to try. Might not be to my liking, but again, I haven't experienced them. So that's part of it, is just want to find something new. And part of that is not knowing what my style is. Because at the very start of my biking career, I loved the adventure style, hence why I went for the bike. But there are styles out there. You've got the custom cruiser, the sports, the hyper naked, the list goes on. And I haven't quite found my style of what kind of biker I want to be. Again, that's always changing. You don't have to be one biker, I know. And like I said, the world of biking is absolutely massive. And it would be good just to try out different things. So that's one reason why. A big part of it as well is the challenge of biking. Like I've said before, biking's always been a challenge, because you're always learning. I'm very confident on the CB500X. That doesn't mean I'm arrogant, complacent, but I know what my bike can do on the road, and I feel like I've met the limits of where I can take the bike to comfortably on the road. That's not to say I've taken it off-road, and again, that is something I possibly could get into, different style of biking that I haven't experienced yet. But on the road with this bike, I've met the limits of what it can do, where I can take it to, which brings me on to my next point. It's an A2 compliant bike. It's built with a 500cc engine in it. Or for those of you who want to be very specific, it's 471cc. So it's a decent bike. It's got a lot of go in it, and enough power, but it is limited, and I would like something just a bit bigger with a bit more oomph to it, which brings me on to ego and progression. Ego is all part of it. As a biker, everyone wants to have the nicest bike and a bigger bike, and I'd be an idiot to say if part of kind of that desire to have the bigger bike is part of this decision for me to kind of move on from the 500, because in my mind some of the bigger bikes are a lot cooler than mine. Not to say that the 500 is a bad bike for what it is whatsoever, and as you would have heard me say many times before, biking is all about the learning curve. If you feel like you've stopped learning on a bike, you're doing something wrong, in my opinion. You should always be developing, which is, again, like I kind of said earlier about feeling comfortable on the bike. There's still things like, as a rider I need to learn, but as the bike it's at the limit that it is for me anyway. So yeah, it's all about the learning curve, and I feel like getting a different bike, I'm probably not going to go for something like kind of 1000cc, probably looking at something 650, 750 maybe, which is a bit of a jump still, but it will give me something new to learn, different kind of power and a whole new kind of metal horse to learn its traits. So yeah, it was kind of just to share my thoughts on why I kind of feel like I need to move on from the CB500X. It's been a difficult choice to make. I've been thinking about it kind of for the last 6 months, whether it's actually something I want to get rid of, because and it will be hard to part with, but I feel like to develop and become a better rider, maybe getting a new bike is the way to go. As always, cheers for watching, thanks.